simple proofs. So again, let's talk about writing proofs. What do I have to first and foremost do every single time? Write the given. But even before that, take the problem, whatever's in the given, and try to draw a figure if they don't draw a figure for you. Again, I don't like how the book sometimes, when they have the given, they start marking up the figure for you. I would rather them have you do that. Does that make sense what I'm saying? So if they're talking about triangles and then they tell you things in that triangle, I want you to be able to put those things on there. Here's still, I think, what the biggest problem is. When you do a proof, and you're going to start writing things on there, meaning like slashes or little arcs, because of something that they said, those are steps. So in the one that we did for today, when they talk about bisecting some angle, I know that I can use that bisector. That's when we're saying the obvious statements. Make sure you say the obvious things. So if they talk anything about a midpoint, bisector, those kind of things, you automatically know that they cut things in half, or the midpoint was in the middle of that segment. But those are steps in that particular proof. And the reason why is then the midpoint theorem, or the definition of an angle bisector, and so on and so forth. Okay? Again, make sure that you trust in the slashes and the arcs, even though that sometimes it might not look like it. If they put it either in the given or they put the slashes and the arcs in your figure, you have to say that it is true. You cannot argue the given ever. If they tell you that it's given, it is true. Fact. Okay? And then you can write the proofs however you want. I think we all can, again, come to the kind of consideration that the two-column proof is maybe the easiest. But if you like these, they'll show you a flow proof in this section. And then if you want to write the paragraph, again, you can go back and do the paragraph. All right? Any questions with the proof? Then don't forget that I always end with the proof statement. But I always have to come up with a reason why for the proof. The reason why for the given is what? It's given, right? So just keep that in the back of your mind. All right, so let's start with a postulate. We can write as much of this down today, and then we can worry about actual proofs tomorrow. The first one is SSS. So remember when I told you the other day that we're going to show you different ways of proving how triangles are congruent? This is the first one. So if you want to kind of say, well, this is number one, I think there's actually 4 different ways that we're going to go over this. So what do you think SSS means with respect to a triangle? Or 2 triangles that we're talking about? What would the S be in a triangle? Yeah. So SSS is saying that if we looked at 2 triangles, we're going to compare the sides of all 3 triangles to each other. So they would call this side, side, side. Now again, if you want to write the words say, if 3 sides of one triangle are congruent to 3 sides of a second triangle, the entire triangles are congruent. So basically they're saying this. And again. Yep. So